My team, we work with the customer affairs team for Evergy, and specifically our audiences are vulnerable customers. And when we think of our vulnerable community, a lot of times those are customers who are dealing with energy burden, where they don't have enough income to cover that monthly cost of their utility bills. That could be gas, water, and electric. We tend to look at the homes, those homes that are in the older communities that aren't as energy efficient. That's where we want to focus. We want to make sure those customers are aware of not only the programs that we have available, but also the programs that our community partners have available. When we are talking with customers, most times they are coming to us in crisis. Their objective is to get their utility bill paid to keep their service on. That is their goal, that is their primary focus. And I think we can do better as bringing more awareness to the programs that are available for our customers. We have a walk-in facility that I don't think many people are aware of. It's called Evergy Connect. It's our Energy Solutions Center. So it's located at 1710 Paseo. So think of it as a spot where customers can come and get that face-to-face help. To have people that are there and have the knowledge and have been trained in these applications, they could come through and answer those questions, get that one-on-one assistance, get the documents that are needed, and get things submitted in to get them to that next step to be helped.
We have used census data to kind of help with this energy burn tool. It shows in the areas the approximate utility costs that a home has to provide for. In certain areas, you can tell it's a very high energy burden area. The homes probably need to be upgraded. They need to be weatherized. Maybe there's not enough shade around that block as well. And really, we need to focus on improving and upgrading those homes to make sure that people can live in them. Because we also know with energy burden also comes health aspects and health issues, and we really need to focus on making a healthier home.
LISC is the Local Initiative Support Corporation. We have been in operation in Kansas City for more than 40 years. We are a community development organization that strongly focuses on affordable housing, making sure that development of affordable housing is happening, making sure that preservation of affordable housing is happening, and making sure that opportunities for access for residents who need affordable housing is available. Energy efficiency in regards to housing preservation is very important. The housing stock in the greater Kansas City area is very old. The average age of a home in Kansas City is about 80 years old, and having an older housing stock means that it probably isn't very energy efficient. But there are plenty of opportunities to create greater efficiency in older homes. The challenges that we're addressing through LISC and the Regional Housing Partnership are making sure that we are aware of housing cost burden that also includes energy cost burden, making sure that units that are developed are not just affordable, but also energy efficient.
So also when we think about affordability, I think there's a lot of attention that's put on, especially for like home ownership opportunities. Okay, how cheap can we get in that house? How inexpensive can we make this house for them to be able to buy it? Which is a great goal, but if you're not taking into account how expensive it is to live there on a month-by-month basis, or if you're putting in insulation that's like really thin or flimsy or like poor quality windows. So to live in a cheap house ends up being really expensive. And so that's why it's really important when we think about investing in affordable housing, that you're also investing in the cost to live there over time. And that's energy bills, water, insulation, and things like that. We reached out to Bridging the Gap because I knew them because they did weatherization work and have been supporting us in some other things that we've done to help with like efficiency of our homes. They were totally on board to see how they could help this family. And it wasn't so much like, well, we'll see if we have a program that fits this particular need. It was, we see this as an issue that needs to be fixed and why it's so important that we figure out how to help families that are in the situation, because this is just one example of, I'd say tens of thousands of examples of the kind of work that the homes need in our community, where families are living that do not have the resources to do it. So, why not start? Why not think about this one house? And if we can figure out something that works, maybe we can replicate it other places. And I think from an individual perspective, even somebody that's kind of in this space, it's really overwhelming. And so knowing that we have partners and people like Bridging the Gap to say, okay, there are plans we can do and steps that we can make to get to a community that we want to live in.
Partnerships with Bridging the Gap can help turn big goals into everyday solutions by making sure that organizations that may not be focused on energy efficiency and environmental issues are not trying to recreate the wheel, but are amplifying the work of an organization that is already on the ground, that's already doing the work, and provide them the resources to make sure that their work can get accomplished. We want to make sure that partners that we have in the community have what they need, and we will support them in the work that they're doing.
Bridging the Gap dives deep into a lot of different areas, and they touch a lot of different aspects. And so they can really help a lot of organizations like Renew Missouri as well, or the state government or federal government, on being the advocacy and the voice of some of the issues that are happening right now.